Courtney, after the highs of Tuesday night, what a great win that was. Disappointing not to take advantage and capitalise today.
Yeah, of course. I just think a day like today where the winds are so strong, it just makes it a 50-50 game. And I still think we've done enough to win a game of football. If you don't put your body on the line and defend your goal, you don't win games of football. And there's got to be more desire to kick the ball out the net. And that's what it comes down to ultimately. You're down to 10 men for 55 minutes, which is tough. We've given everything second half. We've got back into the game and turned it around at 3-2. And again, just not done enough to kick the ball out the net, making bad decisions, trying to head the ball when it's 3 yards off the ground and just clear it away. And then we're having a touch on the edge of the box, got dispossessed, and it's 3-3. And we've had a right go. I think if you keep 11 men on the pitch, no disrespect to them, they were happy just to sit on the edge of their box for the last second half, and I think you win the game very comfortable. But listen, it is what it is. We've not lost, so we have to take a positive from that. But yeah, there's more negatives than positive, which is disappointing.
You touched on sort of frustrating the manner of the 3 goals you conceded, just lacking that ruthlessness in your own box today, it seemed.
Yeah, you've got to have desire to kick the ball out of net. That's your goalkeeper, your centre halves, your full backs, your midfielders. Everyone's got to have that desire to put your body on the line and stop the ball going in the net. And if you haven't got that, you'll be at this level of football for a long time. If you've got that bit between your teeth and you want to throw yourself in front of it and you're not worried about being hurt, you're not worried about a bit of contact, you've got to make sure that you're doing everything you can to keep the ball on net. And if you don't do that, you don't win games of football.
On the plus side, good desires in that second half, and you changed shape a little bit as well. Did the shape change have the effect that you wanted? Because then, scoring twice in 10 minutes to go 3-2 up.
Yeah, we had to be brave. We changed the shape and went 2 up front. We've got Ryan Hark on the pitch, which is a goal scorer. That's what he does. I thought he was fantastic when he come on. I thought we sort of dropped him out of the team really because the conditions as it was, we wanted to put Tom up there to try and keep the ball in. We just didn't get close enough to him for that to work, and Tom was bringing the ball in and everyone's 10-15 yards away, and it didn't work. So no, we had to have a go. We had to try and roll the dice really, and listen, we've got it back to 3-2, and then for the next 10-15 minutes kick the ball out your net and just see a game out comfortably. They'll throw stuff at us, but like I say, if you haven't got that desire and that commitment to stop the ball going in your net, you don't win games of football.
In terms of ruthlessness at the back, will Ben Valence help with that? Because of course he's back from suspension for the next game.
You miss Ben Valence. He's a warrior. He's thought he was very harsh red card away at Kimberley. We've got away with that game and won the game. But listen, our disciplinary record's not been good enough. Another red card today. We've had him at the start of the season where it cost us. Listen, you're down to 10 men in football, it's going to come back and bite you on the bum, and you miss people like Ben, as you do miss Tyson Knight. That's a game for Tyson and Ben. Those two, if they're fit and available, they play, but they're not here, they're not available. We pick the best team that we can for the game of football, which we think, and I think it's down to personnel really, it's down to desire, and if you haven't got desire, it's a tough old long season.
I won't keep you too long because we near the win, but just run us through a couple of the injuries quickly with obviously Franks came back off the bench today, but missing Tyson and missing Jez. How's Jez after Tuesday?
Yeah, I think Jez is having a scan. We think it's a meniscus tear. I think he's going to need an operation. Ben Newport, who's not played all season, who was fantastic pre-season, he's got to have an operation in December as well. Obviously Tyson's had an operation on his hand. Dan was away for the weekend. Ben Valence is suspended, so there's 5 off the top of your head. Look, we've had to drag Murph in today, who's been injured for 6 odd weeks to be on the bench. I'm glad Ranks has got a bit of time. But listen, this is why we've got a big squad. We have to make sure that we've got enough players for every single game, and we've probably used too many players this season. But listen, these lads are unavailable for whatever reason, and suspensions. You've got to make sure that we're covered, and it's about turning the screw and making sure we win games of football with whatever squad we've got.
And that's Charlie Evans.
Yeah, Charlie as well. I think he's growing really. He's played a lot of football, so he's possibly just a bit tight. We need to probably have a look at him. The doctor's going to have another look at him on Tuesday. Hopefully, he should be back for next Friday. But I'm not pushing anyone back at this level of football. You want to make sure he's right. He's got work, and it's difficult because you're trying to replace goals. You scored 10, 11 goals in 13 games. So it's hard to replace. So listen, miss these players all the time, but you know, Alston Park came to us with 5 or 6 regulars missing, so that's football. We went there with Radford and lost. Alston came to us and lost. You know, that's part and parcel of non-league football, and you know, we've got to get around it.
And back on home soil, two games in 3 days. Excited to get back on home soil and sort of be able to get the ball down after the pretty horrendous conditions of the blustery conditions of today.
Yeah, listen, we've got to make sure that we can play two styles. You know, it's fantastic having a nice pitch, and you know, if we have 25 home games and we win 25 and you don't do the business away from them, you don't get promoted. So we've got to make sure that our away form, and coming to these sorts of grounds and these places late on in, especially this sort of time, winter time, we've got to make sure we've got that desire and got the right characters to win us games of football. But yeah, listen, the way we play at home, you know, we'll take some stopping. So yeah, we're looking forward to having 2 home games. It's nice to be back at Barwell now, settled in. The fans have been fantastic coming out and supporting us. So you know, hopefully they're still coming in and doing that. And listen, we are 3 or 4 points off top of league still. So you know, there's no panic. It's just disappointing today that we've not been able to capitalise on a performance second half that's going to get you something. But listen, these things happen and we move on.